creating a cultural tunnel vision. This may cause us to believe, for example, oh, that's the Spanish Mass for the Hispanics. That's the Mass for the Vietnamese. That's their Mass. Here are a few ways we can overcome that spiritual blindness. One of the things we did in our parish, we started holding a series of potlucks in which the entire ethnic communities were appreciated and celebrated. The diversity of food, music, native dress can be an incredible opportunity to learn and to grow. It is no mistake that in the Gospels, Jesus can often be found eating at someone's house. The Lord accepted the invitation of all, tax collectors, sinners, Pharisees. Food and hospitality were important vehicles used by Jesus to bring disparate groups together. Sharing a meal becomes an important way of sharing the faith. During those potlucks, and it was interesting, because we have Vietnamese, we have people from about 7 different African nations, we have Filipinos, and people were trying foods for the first time. And then we had people with diverse ethnic backgrounds share their stories and short testimonies of their experience of being in the Catholic Church. Other parishioners will begin to realize how much we all have in common. And slowly but surely, the parish family will come closer together. The other thing we did, Father and I were a little bit hesitant about this, but we cross-pollinated the choirs. So we had the Vietnamese, the Africans, the Filipinos, so we mixed the choirs. So the African choir sang in the English Mass. And it was great, but when the Africans went to the Vietnamese Mass, you know, Vietnamese are very proper, very beautiful reverence. But then the Africans, oh yeah! They're like, maybe too much too soon, Father. They experience shock at first. And sometimes, let's be real, people may even offer resistance and criticism. That music doesn't belong in our Mass. But over time, they will begin to appreciate the authentic and reverent cultural expressions that acknowledge the unique gifts we all bring to the holy sacrifice of the Mass and the entire body of Christ. The last thing we did was add multicultural images of saints in the church. Now, our church, a Little Immaculate Heart of Mary, was German and Irish in the past. And to this day, we still have a beautiful statue of Immaculate Heart of Mary. On either side, smaller statues of St. Patrick and St. Bonaventure, the German and Irish patrons of the parish. Now the parish don't look like that. So now we added images of Our Lady of Lavande, an approved apparition of the Blessed Mother in Vietnam. We have St. Martin de Porres, St. Teresa Tequitha, and now the images in the church look like the people who worship there. Although more subtle, these sacred images counterbalance the negative secular stereotypes of the culture. Third, the one who will be punished is the one who does nothing. The man with one talent didn't lose it. And not like he just, like the prodigal son, spent his father's money on wine, women, and song. This guy didn't do anything with it out of fear. If he had tried and failed, he would have at least been met with understanding or compassion or even forgiveness. Should you then not have taken the money and put it in the bank so I could at least got a little interest on my return? The master's point is that he could have at least done something. Even the person with only one talent has something to offer others. It is a sober warning that it is not just those who do evil deeds who will lose everything, but also those who have no good works to show for their efforts. We have to trust much more